Good morning and welcome back to another video. It is Thursday and I have been saying to myself all week that I was gonna vlog, but I just didn't feel like it this week. I was not feeling good in myself. Just feeling a lot of anxiety at the beginning of this week. I'm just doing my makeup while I talk to you guys. And I felt like I needed to, it's really hard to force yourself to pick up a camera and like document your days when you're just not feeling good. Yeah, I just had some anxiety, and I think in the last year or so I've got better at labeling the anxiety as anxiety, and it's not just like me. So it's like I can tell that my thoughts are more anxious than usual, and I'm pretty sure I know what that was down to, but it's just a work situation that was making me feel anxious, and I didn't really realise that it was making me feel anxious until I addressed it. And I addressed it yesterday and I feel back to myself. So it's like you don't know what's going on and then you kind of realise that you do. Very minimal makeup as usual, but I love watching the Vogue Beauty Secrets videos, and I watched Dua Lipa's the other day, and she put her bronzer underneath her foundation. I don't wear foundation, but I wear tinted moisturiser, and I thought it looked so good. So I've been doing it for the last few days and I feel like it. Anyway, I had a bad sleep on, I'm really not rubbing this in very well. I had a bad sleep on Monday night. Bad sleep for me is like being up until the early hours, which is not good. But it happens occasionally, and for anyone else who has ADHD, it's a very common symptom of ADHD, and it's very common to if you go to bed feeling stimulated, that your brain can essentially just like snowball and snowball and snowball, and then you get adrenaline and you can't sleep because of the adrenaline, and it's just like a vicious cycle. And it's something that I've dealt with. I spoke about it on my summer vlogs. It's something that I've literally dealt with since I was a teenager, and it's just part of life, and sometimes it's part of my life, and sometimes it feels really, really lonely and depressing, for want of a better word. But sometimes I'm kind of okay with it, and I just know that like I will be okay the next day, and you can, I don't know, you can survive off less sleep than you think you can. So that's my tinted moisturiser, guys. I have no idea if this is, I'm kind of using the viewfinder on my camera, it's a mirror, so I have no idea if this is gonna look normal. But yeah, I'm very stuck in my ways with makeup. I just know the products I like and stick to them. This is the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturiser Light Revealer, and my shade is Sand, but I think the shade is maybe a little bit too dark now that we're in winter. I use the Boy Brow Clear Brow Gel. Also get my eyebrows tinted and shaped every like 2 to 3 weeks, because it honestly makes the biggest difference to my facial structure. But I do also feel like brushing your eyebrows makes a difference. And so yeah, I had a bad sleep, and then I actually took Tuesday, which is again a benefit of working for yourself. This is the Rhode, which I actually think is so good, the Rhode Pocket Blusher. I kind of took the day off on Tuesday, which I literally never do. Because I was feeling so low, basically, which is a consequence, I think, of like an insomniac night, that you just feel really, really low the next day. And so I kind of, I've been feeling a bit under the weather anyway, and I just took a mental health day, which I feel like should be more normalized, and I felt guilty about it, of course, but I think it's very important to look after yourself. Still feeling a bit under the weather, but so much better mentally. But yeah, I mean, I think the other thing is that, you know, often my therapist always says to me when I have like I feel like I've made a step back with my mental health, she always says mental health is not linear, and just because you feel like you've made progress and then you have a bad phase, a bad week, a bad day, a bad month, whatever it is, doesn't mean you're taking a step back, but equally you're able to recover quicker and better because you've got tools in place to deal with your anxiety or your lowness or whatever it is. And so I think that that's really good advice, and I always say it to my friends when they're having a bad time, is that you're giving yourself tools to deal with just feelings that you're always going to deal with, and like our brains aren't going to change if you struggle with anxiety. I have ADHD, which is where a lot of my anxiety comes from, as I've learned through doing CBT therapy. So I think that it's just basically always going to appear in different ways and with different strengths, and like there are things that I do every day to help maintain my mental health, but it's also just about understanding my brain and understanding my triggers and understanding if I'm working into the evening, which I often am. Last night I actually had a shoot here, which is why the table is in the middle of the room, and I couldn't sleep for a bit in the night, but I was also aware that those evening, like, you know, obviously my job is to cook, and that's often in the evening, and that means that I'm kind of running on adrenaline for the evening, and often in those cases it's like sleep is just not gonna happen. Like last night I shot a campaign with some friends and a videographer, and essentially I was working till 10:30, and then I'm like, oh, I can just wash my face and get into bed and read my book for 10 minutes, and like miraculously I'll just be able to come down from the adrenaline that evening took, when in reality I need to go have a bath, watch something, and not get into bed for a bit before I try and sleep, because then you try and sleep, you're like, I'm not sleeping. But last night I knew that was the case. Anyway, so that's where I'm at this week. Obviously, as usual, I'm just trying to fill you guys in with where I'm really at, and I'm feeling good today, and I'm feeling like I addressed my work situation that was giving me a lot of anxiety, and I feel so much better for it, and you don't realize that like that might be the thing that was causing the no sleep or whatever. And I'm just catching up on work today. I was on the shoot all day yesterday and prepping for it in the morning, so I didn't get any work done on my laptop, just done like an hour or so, and I'm actually headed to a press day for a PR company that I love. I love all their brands that they work with. Press days are basically like a showcase of lots of brands that the PR company works with, and this one is a PR company that happens to look after loads of my favourite brands. So they actually loaned me clothes for my book shoots from some of my favourite brands too, including Margaret Howell and Story MFG. So I'm gonna go check in and just like maybe have a coffee with the girls who work there, because I really love them. And then I'm gonna pick up a birthday present for Hugo on the way back, because it's his birthday on Monday, and then come back here, wait for a delivery, and just get on with work on my laptop. I'm having a meeting with my business partner this afternoon, which is very exciting. And then tonight I'm doing flower arranging with my best friend. She's taking me for a late birthday present, so I'm so excited. Here is what I am wearing today. I've just got my Barbour jumper on, which I'm obsessed with. I literally only wear Barbour jumpers at the moment. And then these barrel trousers, which are quite cool. They have like denim at the top and then they go to white. I'll put the brand here, but really cool brand. And then Penelope Chilvers boots. Yeah, just greasy hair. Slicked back is the best way. 그대 미소에 난 취한 것 같아. 자꾸만 웃음 어린아이 장난 같아. There she is. Yummy on the phone. Maybe say that. I just got home to a package for Willow, which is very well timed because she's feeling super sorry for herself because she chases squirrels. It's her favourite hobby. And on Tuesday, I went for a walk with my sister and her dog, who, if you don't know, my sister has my dog sister. So it's very cute walking together. But she was chasing squirrels. She literally jumps up trees. I'll try and insert a clip here of her jumping up this tree the other day, but I'm pretty sure she's like sprained her wrist or something. Oh my gosh, there's a little blanket in here. But this is a box of treats from Edgar and Cooper, and I think it's very, very well timed because, yeah, she's feeling really sorry for herself. I'll see if she gets up for a treat because she's really limping. Willow, do you want a treat? Oh, she's coming. She's coming. Here she is, limping. I thought if anyone has whippets or lurchers, you will know that when they're, I'm not even gonna make her sick, she's feeling so sad. When they're injured or feeling ill, they literally just feel so sorry for themselves. She likes that. And there's like the chicken bar. Okay, maybe you'll have that now because yours is just really cute and I feel bad for you. It's quite big though, maybe half. She's actually not putting her weight on it right now, but she's really, really hurt this leg. I'm just gonna see how she goes today and then possibly take her to the vet tomorrow if it's still really bad. Little girl.
And stuff, they were like, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah, and they still don't do that.
And but when you go,
Just made a jacket with this powder. Sorry, the light in my kitchen is terrible, but it's Mogu, and I was sent the powder and they also have this, plus like 2 different tablets, one for morning, one for night, and it's honestly my favourite thing I've been sent in so long. It's, yeah, just like all vegan, organic, natural ingredients. One's a matcha, which has medicinal mushrooms in it, and one's a ceremonial cacao that has also medicinal mushrooms in it, and I just love the branding, I love the product. You come across these kind of brands, especially in my job where you are aware of a lot of different brands and you realise that you're going to be a long-term fan. So I'm really, really happy that I just made their hot chocolate.
make sure you